Hey guys, my name is Lisa Hoppy and this is my husband Peter Hoppy and we are the Happy Hoppies. Now when we started this channel, it was originally about travel and then we started talking about infertility and foster care, and we are back to some travel videos coming your way. So we took a 10-year anniversary trip, and the first thing we had to do when we were deciding about our trip was what we wanted to do, where we wanted to go. And the biggest question was, are we gonna take a cruise or are we gonna do an all-inclusive resort? What were you pulling for?
I love cruises. We went on one right after we got married, and I did one back in college as a cruise marketing class, and I love it. You get to see different places. I love being on the ship and all the activities and things that are on the ship. So I was definitely going for the cruise.
And I was like, I don't want to do that because that's just a lot of like, you know, going here, going there. So I really wanted to do like an all-inclusive resort. You just go one place, plop yourself down for a couple of days, like don't do anything. At that point, we were very busy with foster parenting, and I really just wanted to just like sit and do nothing. But Peter was like, yeah, you can do that for about 2 hours and then you're pretty bored, Lisa. So I was like, okay, that's very true. So as we considered it and like looked at the places, like a cruise really encaptures it all because it is all inclusive. And I will say like well, hang on, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. We planned 3 days around our trip that we did some extra exploring that wasn't part of the cruise. And I will say that those 3 days were a little bit stressful because I was like, oh, we have to decide like where to go eat now, which all-inclusive is definitely nice. And a cruise basically is all-inclusive, but takes you different places, and an all-inclusive resort, you're just sticking around and checking out one place. So for us, checking off many different places, it was really, really awesome. So we finally decided that yes, we wanted to do a cruise. Then there are so many different companies to go with. So the next question was, okay, which company are we going to go cruise with?
So we chose to go with Norwegian, NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, primarily because they're the third biggest cruise lines. Top two are Royal Caribbean and Carnival. And we had gone on Carnival after we first got married. I had gone on a cruise with Royal Caribbean as part of a cruise marketing class back in college. And I loved it, and I was like, oh, I want to bring Lisa on a Royal Caribbean cruise at some point too, but I also really want to try out Norwegian.
Yeah.
And Lisa was open to doing either Norwegian or Royal Caribbean, so we kind of looked at both, and based on the itinerary on like which islands that we're going to go to, Norwegians had a little bit better one, and I think the pricing was a little bit better at the time. So another thing that Norwegian made really popular was freestyle. So basically you go eat when you want, where you want. You don't have to go to like a certain table at a certain time. You just kind of do on your own schedule. So your entertainment, you go whenever you want to. It's not like a certain time slot for that either. So, you know, I wanted to see what that was like. Now it looks like Royal Caribbean and maybe even a couple others are starting to catch on to some of that. So you have an option, I noticed on Royal Caribbean, on some cruises at least, to choose like a freestyle type of option, but Norwegian is kind of who started that. So I was curious to see that. And we picked going on the Epic ship, one, because it went to the islands we wanted to go to, but two, because that was the new ship that was coming out back when I was in college taking the cruise marketing class. So I was curious to see it. At this point, it's over 10 years old, but they had renovated it, so it was still nice. It was still a great ship, but you could tell it was older and well used.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, 10 years old, you think, oh, that's like young for a kid, you know, but like for a ship, like with as much use as they're getting
baked in the sun all day.
Yes. So last time we had gone cruising was like 10 years ago. And that one was only like a 3-day cruise, kind of just got our feet wet with cruising. You know, then obviously we've done a lot of other traveling, but we didn't do like any other cruises. And a cruise is a great way to see a lot of different places. So we wanted to take a longer cruise just so that way we could go and see more places. So we ended up doing a 7-night cruise. And how we picked our itinerary was I really wanted to go and check out Puerto Rico. So we have been to all 50 states together, and within like the first like 5 years of marriage, we went to all 50 states. We haven't seen all the, you know, territories of the US, and so Puerto Rico, you know, is one of those. I really wanted to like go and explore Puerto Rico. So we ended up spending 3 days total in Puerto Rico exploring that. And then for the cruise, it was like, okay, which islands do we go to, or which countries do we go to? And we had considered several itineraries with NCL, but one of the islands that you really wanted to go to
was Aruba.
Yes.
So Aruba, their slogan is, I got a shirt. It's crazy.
Hang on, actually it just says one happy island here.
One happy island.
Where does it say Aruba?
Is other places
That's Aruba, right here.
Here's Aruba, well, part of Aruba.
Oh, there you go, Aruba.
There you go. They're all over different spots, but anyway, so Aruba's like slogan is one happy island. So it just always sounds so magical, like a fun, beautiful place to go to.
Yeah.
So I was just curious ever since, again, back in the cruise marketing class, that was one of the islands that we had talked about. We didn't go to, but yeah, I was curious to go to. It's a little further away, so this was a nice itinerary that went there along with 4 other islands. So we got to 5 islands plus Puerto Rico.
So besides Aruba, we did the ABC Islands, which are all settled by the Dutch, and that is Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And the nice thing with those is those are outside of the hurricane belt, and so because of that, they're protected and they don't get hurricanes. And so what that means is they're able to have like really like old buildings there, and so it was just really fun to see the architecture there. And then we also went to St. Lucia and St. Kitts. So definitely subscribe if you are not already, because I will be making about a dozen videos total of this trip. In the next video, we're gonna break down the cost and everything at cost. I'll let you know. It was just around $3,000 for the 11 days that we were gone. Yeah, so we'll break down like how we were able to do that, because we're all about budget travel, although it's a little bit higher than our $50 per day per person that we did for our world trip. But it was such a wonderful time together, and definitely opened our eyes to cruising even more. We're like super excited to go on more cruises.
Rekindle the fire to go on more again.
Yeah, it was so fun to travel again, because we hadn't been out of the country in like 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. That's crazy. This summer will be 5 years. So it was like 4.5 years that we hadn't been out of the country after we had done our like 1 year world trip. So it was so fun going to new places and exploring again. And we are excited to bring it all to you. So definitely don't want to miss these videos. I'm gonna be trying to get one out every other day or so. So definitely keep watching. Would you recommend this itinerary?
Oh yeah, this was definitely a great itinerary. We probably won't do it again anytime super soon, because we like to try new places every time, but it was definitely a great itinerary.
We will let you know which one was our favorite out of those 5 coming up, and we will also let you know which one to maybe avoid or just do a little bit differently.
Just do differently. No, it's still beautiful.
Yeah. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Yeah, goodness.
Turn it off.
We sat down to film and we realized that the youngest used to like to come up here and tilt this back and forth, and so there's a black mark all over the wall. Do we not have any more
magic
razors? I feel like we need to say something else besides hello with your fun crazy shirt. Does that not look weird? Like I'm like fisheye. I guess it's good.
So how does this look? We're filming on a GoPro.
What?
So a little different than normal, but figured we'd give it a shot. This is what we brought on the cruise.
Yep.
And just trying it out for vlogging, see how it is.
So far I've been editing a little bit of the footage and it looks fantastic.
But yeah, what do you think compared to like the Sony that she usually has? Should Lisa switch to using this full time?
Yeah, Sony is what I've been normally filming on. So yeah, which do you like better? The Sony or this one? This one's a little bit wider angle.